You are live.
What do
Drew
you
was
make of
just
this one?
mentioning, yeah, Drew was just mentioning I mean, it was similar to that, maybe that Seattle drive where Seattle went a long ways, didn't really use even much for timeouts. They had to use some timeouts, get out of bounds, but yeah, giving up a 20-yard run on 1st and 25 where you're trying to keep them out of field goal range and then a couple other scampers, little rough for the KC defense, which obviously we know has been suspect for a couple of years. It's hard to have a team that's super good on both sides of the ball. But boy, yeah, they look really, really bad against the run, and it doesn't matter who's running the ball, any of the backs. Maybe the highlight for the defense outside of the picks, and it's not like the picks were defensive scheme. It's just Honey Badger's good, and those passes were maybe, especially the second one, ill advised. The highlight was causing a fumble that was, bounced in and went for a touchdown anyway. So this is a game. This is a game. We were a little worried about our Baltimore Ravens with the amount of injuries they sustained, but the way they're running the ball is pretty solid right now. So I don't. What are your takeaways on the KC offense? They punted twice. That's something.
The game has had a very unusual flow to it. Um, I, I mean, obviously, starting out with a pick six, and then getting the ball and driving and getting an answer touchdown to go up 14-7 was solid. Getting a second pick, stopping a scoring drive was nice. But the fact that you were up 7 at that point, considering what had transpired to that point in the game, feels like a loss to be only up 4 now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, to pick them off twice, to score once with it, and to have the offense you have, to only be up 4 on a team who's lost, what, 6 running backs, 2 wide receivers, multiple other
Offensive
injuries on
line's
their
got
defense, like,
problems.
yeah,
Defensive line's got problems. Yeah.
it is in Baltimore, and I was pointed out to this by producer Dan before it was during the game, but they did the, Farmer in the Dell Omar whistle thing before the game. Kinda hard to go against Baltimore after that. We have
I,
lines?
yeah, I was. We were
Looking at the live
dreaming. We
line,
were
we're cheating.
dreaming for a 28.5 to play the under, and it did not manifest. It is 27.5. The second half spread is KC minus the half point. KC gets the ball first coming out of halftime. And really, Baltimore's defense has not impressed. They forced 2 punts. One of them was a gift on behalf of the KC. No, there's a lot of other things to live for, my man. He knows that. This has been a weird game, and the fact that it's a 4-point game is kind of insane, considering the breaks that the Chiefs have gotten to this point. I think Baltimore obviously is not quitting on their season just yet. A lot of people in the gambling space certain that Baltimore is the right side. In fact, wow, Baltimore plus a half has been bet out to minus 121. I just saw it at minus 133. So there was some early heavy Baltimore plus the half point action. Now it's down to minus 120. So things are balancing out a little bit. There's somebody
It's
out there
coming
who's
back.
got some read that the Chiefs are the right side. Although the
Here's
fact
something
that,
too.
I mean, the money line is real quick. The money line is KC minus 113, Baltimore minus 103. I'm not sure why people are so determined to get that half point. I mean, the closing line was 3.5. It's a 4-point game. I don't know. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Tyreek has been quiet. I'm going to pull up box score on him, but we were mentioning that too. It's like, have all, obviously interception return, but it's like, has everything been a run for a touchdown? I forgot about but it was Robinson.
Pick
It was
six and the
Yeah,
Robinson
the
caught a
pick and then
touchdown.
the
Yeah.
Robinson and then a lot of running. Tyreek, 2 targets, 2 catches, 11 yards. Kelsey's gotten his, but maybe not as much as usual. Secret pod play was Chiefs team total over. I'm not looking to double down on that. I guess what's the argument for? I guess the argument is that Andy Reid, although albeit a great coach, kind of doesn't always have the best second half adjustments. I mean that has been said. I don't know if you feel strongly on that or not. I don't like ever have hate on the guy, but sometimes the adjustments haven't been great. It's often masked by the fact that the team is so talented. But yeah, I kind of just want to take the Chiefs. Maybe lay the half point, or if we got some team totals, what's Ravens team total under 14?
The early enthusiasm for Ravens plus a half has completely abated. That is now minus 108.
It was all a dream.
Sides. It was all a dream. The KC money came in hot and heavy, and it is now basically a flat minus a half point on the Chiefs. The money line is now minus 128, out from minus 113. They are taking big boy limits now, and the market is not interested in this side or total. The under 27.5 has been bet down to minus 128 at this point. I can't get involved in an under on this game. I mean, the Chiefs are a little bit ahead. If the Ravens go up, I'll probably look for a live over in the second half here. Kansas City's defense has been extremely uninspiring through a week and a half of action. Tyrann Mathieu, the only player with the pulse, apparently, on that side of the ball for Kansas City. Pat Mahomes has been under pressure at times in this game, but has evaded it and found some nice looks in the second half. This landing a 4-point. The thing about this landing a 4, I don't think this lands 4, because if the Ravens score a touchdown at any point, they're going to go for 2, and then it'll be a 3 or a 5. So there's no, like, honestly, the half plus or minus is literally just, can the Ravens get their 2-point conversion scored?
I don't know if the Ravens score first. But if the Ravens score first, they're clearly not going for 2.
Yeah, well, fuck yeah, you do. Absolutely.
Why would you not want to just be up 3 points? If you go up 24-21, the difference between 2 and 4 is important. Like, not important. Like, 4 is great, but yeah, if the Ravens score first, they're not going for 2. You go up 24-21.
Yeah,
that is completely dependent on the Chiefs scoring first and then first and second. Our 2-point conversion math at halftime has been, we have a horrible track record of this. I mean, it could. I mean, you're right. If it were 28-17, maybe getting towards the fourth quarter, they'd think about it. They have been aggressive. I think if Kansas City scores on their first drive, I'll be looking at some Baltimore. I'll be looking at some, maybe looking what the live total is. How often does this land just like 28 second half, 14 for each?
Man, dude. It's a Baltimore steam again. This is some push fucking pull. Holy shit. Baltimore plus a half is back out to minus 115.
They're only taking 20K apparently, though, so I don't know what it takes to move this either. What are they taking the total? 5? 11-8 on minus 118.
Oh yeah, they're taking 2 win.
I didn't think the total would take that much. So
yeah, they're taking 2 and 10K on the total.
Let's make a decision here. It's probably a live bet. Yeah, only 20K. Yeah, it's just funny how much they can take on something like this.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Do you want to buck the steam and go Chiefs money line?
Yeah, I mean,
the under's too expensive.
I guess now. I feel like we've seen what the Ravens had in store for the Chiefs. Like, I don't know that they have another like, okay, at halftime we're going to pivot to this, but we haven't really seen what the Chiefs intend to do to their fullest extent. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah, we haven't seen Tyreek over the top. We haven't seen some of that stuff. We haven't even really seen Kelsey in that mid-range stuff.
You know what's part of the thing that's screaming with me here? There just hasn't been very many plays in this game for whatever reason. Baltimore 36 plays, Kansas City 26 plays. Kansas City is going to get more plays in the second half. I think we got to take Kansas City. Let's lay the half at plus 102, and then worst case scenario comes down to a made 2-point conversion.
I'm going to be on Kansas City minus 0.25. Asian handicap.
How do you get that?
Splitting the stake.
Who's
part on minus a half, part on money line.
Oh. Minus a quarter. Oh, I didn't
Minus a
understand.
quarter.
I didn't understand. Minus a
I'm
quarter. You're
just
laying the
trying to be
quarter.
confusing.
You're laying the quarter goal. Okay, you're
Yeah.
laying the quarter goal. I see. I see.
Yeah, it's 2 bets. And it's a good way to educate people about the betting soccer. It's 2 bets. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I'll lay the half point.
Let's lay the half point with Kansas City. I think just the fact that we haven't seen what all they have has me intrigued. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like 2 games in a row where it just
It was
again,
tough to
we're
make a
gonna
pick.
bet we're going to bet something because we've made that commitment to you, but it's been 2 tough ones in a row where well, and what should we make the easy one? The easy one last time was just like, hey, the first score is going to be a field goal.
That was easy. No, not gonna have any more of those.
No.
What? Because that was funny. Because like the second score was a touchdown, but then the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh scores were all field goals.
Yeah, I know. Parlay this with Italy to hoist the cup.
Is Italy to lift the cup? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Lift. That was I could not. Why I don't know why I used the
Hoist
word
the
like
cup?
hoist.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word lift. I knew it was something.
You want to see a market that gets a lot of action? Hoisting the cup gets a ton of action. That's a very, very popular market. People love to bet hoisting the cup. Second half pick is Chiefs minus a half at plus 102. We are tentative. I put a decent stake on this though. We're not
involved in this game yet.
Well, we have a secret pot play at the team total over.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't mind 10 points here from the Chiefs either way. But I'm not. Oh man, shit. We got the worst of the number. Could have gotten plus 106. Fuck.
Oh, you could always bet more. If you don't get the best number, you just bet it again. And then your average position gets better.
Yeah, the dude from the Chiefs O-line is definitely pro France. Laurent Tardif.
Duvernay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pro France for sure.
Let's close the bow on Italy to hoist the cup.
Let's close. Yeah, let's put a bow on that one. Man, dude. This is tough. We didn't talk about. I don't have many more takes on this game. I think we've got a fair result to this point. Lamar Jackson has not been sharp.
I forgot we brought up the Jets one too. We brought up Jets under because we'd gone Jets over week 1.
Yeah, Jets.
We'd said Jets under. Great. Yeah, Wilson was
he was
hot
bad.
trash.
That was bad.
Next week numbers sucks. Yeah, Chiefs
I'm getting called out for hat hair. That's true. I was wearing a hat today. You got to keep the sun off you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the refs were influential, unfortunately, this weekend. You hate to see that. Okay, real quick, the Chiefs play the Chargers next week, and we didn't get to that game. Part of my enthusiasm here for the Chiefs, part of my hope is that the Chiefs show out in the second half. They flex a little bit on the Ravens. They really put they keep up their winning ways. And then we get a better number on Chargers against the Chiefs next week. Do you want to try to talk me out of that before I bet that? Or do you think that I have something in pocket that might be a good look? Because right now it's 6.5. I'm hopeful that a Chiefs cover this game, a Chiefs cover the second half, kind of a result here gives us a 7.5. Do you think that's possible?
I mean, the market saw the game too. It's not as if I honestly felt bad for Herbert for a big part of the game. Like just the things that were going wrong. And even if it wasn't like, oh, the ref screwed him, it's rigged. Like those are a lot of those, they were penalties. Like those were just penalties. Those were mistakes by the rest of the team.
2 weeks in a row.
And him.
Dallas is getting a friendly whistle.
Yeah, I felt
keeping track.
Pretty bad.
I'm keeping track. 2 weeks in a row, Dallas has gotten a real friendly whistle.
But Herbert, I think you agree with me there. Herbert looked good.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Herbert can look good against this defense, especially this defense is getting gashed in the run though. So if we get a 7, I can be talked into that. And I think, if they win by 7, 10, maybe even just remain and, cover this line, I think that it'd help to cover the second half line. Obviously, I wouldn't mind that, but
no, and like realistically, like the personnel available for Baltimore right now, I don't see stopping the Chiefs consistently in
multiple
the second
times.
Half. You know, that like they may get a couple punts. There may be some ref assistant stuff. Who the hell knows? But I would say, generally speaking, the Ravens don't have the personnel to do what the Chargers can do to frustrate the Chiefs. I would hope. I don't know.
Do we want to touch on this Thursday night game a little too? I saw some people ask some questions on Twitter. Like, is that like Darnold looked okay? Is that number just bad with a backup quarterback?
Well, the number is big. You're gonna go walk to the window and lay 7.5 with Darnold on the road.
Some people have asked, and this is where I'm at. So you have a young coaching staff with a quarterback who's new to the system on a short week, but on the other hand, you have a very inexperienced coaching. I mean, you get to go against rookie head coach with a inexperienced quarterback. I wish it were anyone else.
If you could have, there was a fraction of a second you could have laid 6.5, and if you did that, I think you made a good bet. Laying 7, a juicy 7 right now, or 7.5, you must be very certain that the Davis Mills show is going to be a nightmare, disaster.
Who do they have behind him? I'm sure. I mean, if it turns out to Tyrod can't play at all, I'm sure they'll sign someone else too. Ben DiNucci out there, I think.
Deshaun Watson is on the roster, but he has been healthy and active.
Wouldn't that be something if you laid the 7 and they come to an agreement with him?
All right,
guess what? Watson's starting.
Deshaun Watson is the only other quarterback on the current roster besides Tyrod Taylor. So presumably, if Deshaun Watson continues to remain a healthy scratch, the Texans are going to have to come up with a replacement quarterback. It's who probably the emergency quarterback is? It's probably Danny Amendola.
That's you could do worse. And honestly, I don't know if this is true, but this is funny regardless. Having a blank space listed ahead of him on the depth chart.
They have
might be true.
They have Jeff Driscoll on the practice squad. They could potentially elevate him, but I think that's a one-time move.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be doing that. It would be hilarious if Watson and somebody on the earlier pod brought up a good point about what's going on with Miami. Like, if the Watson steam to Miami was real, if it ever was real, all of a sudden the leverage changes a little and Miami thinks about it.
Yeah. Kendall Hinton is probably available.
Kendall Hinton is, he actually is not on the he was let go from Denver, so he's out there. DiNucci, Cam Newton, someone brought up. Cam Newton, it felt like when he was released, the way he was talking, it felt like he wanted to go somewhere. He wanted to keep playing. I don't hate that. That would be something. Goodell would not be a fan of Watson. Like, Goodell is probably calling them right now. Don't make this happen. Don't you dare start it.
Hey, was that a big play for Casey?
Oh, I don't know. Did something happen? You guys are always ahead of
Pringle,
my stream.
40-yard touchdown, Pringle.
Again, I was making fun of it. I'm playing someone in fantasy who has Mahomes, which is not good. Not good. I said, this guy's got Mahomes, but I got Reek and Kelsey, so I'm just leeching off his points. Doesn't work if he throws touchdowns to Pringle and Robinson.
One pop, can't stop. What's the Pringle?
Kendall Hinton, is Kendall Hinton on a team? I feel bad that
No, is he? Is he on the Broncos? He might be.
He might got brought back after the injury. After the he's back. Maybe he just dropped to the practice squad.
Oh, that could be. He's a Broncos receiver.
Let's take a look at the live lines here before we go anywhere too.
That was a nice drive, by the way. I love when that happens. Kendall Hinton did catch. He got one target, one catch, 15 yards. So Hinton is not available to take over for. Hinton is not available to take over for. That was Brandon
with the Judy injury. That
once
makes
you
sense.
pop, the fun don't stop. That was what I was looking for. One pop, you can't stop. The Pringles tagline.
in the world of streaming, we don't watch as many commercials anymore. I watch more commercials on YouTube because I'm too cheap to just pay for the YouTube Red or
Once you
whatever.
pop, the fun don't
Don't
stop. The
stop.
fun don't stop. The
See,
fun.
I think you were mixing it up a little with Lay's because that is like you can't just have one or whatever.
Yeah, right. Wait, well, explain to me this. Have you ever had fun eating potato chips?
But not only that, but Pringles suck. Like I'm just gonna a hot take. I don't care
What
for
was the
Pringles.
what was
They
the last
don't
time you
taste
had
right.
what was the last time you had fun eating potato chips? I'm
You know what?
dying to
It
know.
was I had family over today and I grilled some beautiful 80/20 black Angus burgers. And
Oh,
I hit the mandolin with some
that
fresh
sounds
russets,
good.
homemade potato chips in the fryer with some special dipping sauce. It was a pretty good meal.
The original slogan, this is the one I remember because I'm old. I'm an old asshole. Once you pop, you can't stop. That's what I remember. That was what I remember. They eventually changed to once you pop, the fun don't stop because apparently the generation younger than me has a lot of
They
fun
need to have fun with
eating potato chips. They have lots of fun eating potato chips, apparently, which is a thing. What do you think happens on this next drive?
They probably, I mean, the Harbaugh, did you see the Harbaugh quote that they put underneath him? I have it muted, but it said, hey, John Harbaugh,
So we
second
can't
half
stop
plan,
these
same thing,
motherfuckers.
keep running.
Is it just we can't stop these motherfuckers? We're just gonna have to hold on for dear life and hope the reps bail us out every time.
I think they're just going to run the ball a lot. So, I mean, if you're KC, it's
Pringles are fun
Pringles
as
fun as
fuck.
fuck.
Okay. Interesting.
You can do the duck thing. You can have the can. You can make you. I know a guy who would make the cans into Wi-Fi extenders back in college.
Oh, sure.
Like he would use those cans to build those. So the next drive, I'm assuming probably a lot of running. And if you're KC, it's the old joke about how do you stop KC? Well, you run the ball a lot and make them. But the opposite is like, how do you stop the Ravens? Make Lamar beat you. Do the thing the Titans did 2 years ago. Like, stack the box, spy Lamar, make him beat you over the top. And if he does, he does.
All right. Hey, if the Chiefs get a stop here, am I firing Ravens left? What are you going to do? I have a pretty decent stake now on the Chiefs.
What if you were, because I joke, when I joke about things and then I have to bet it. So like when I joked about the line getting worse for us, I bet it again.
Oh, did you? You played it 106
it's not a lot, but I hit it twice. So
okay.
Ravens plus 7.5 right now. If they go 3 and out, what do we see? 10.5?
No, better than that probably. You have a better knack for the live lines. I'll be honest with you. I'll listen to whatever.
That one's a confusing one because on most drives, it depends where the opposing team receives the ball. If they run it up to the 50, you're getting like 12. They assume that's like a 5-point drive, and maybe it's more with Kansas City. Maybe the average Kansas City drive's a lot higher. So and Baltimore's already at the 50.
Jesus,
it's a fun one.
KC's defense, really, man. I'm glad we didn't play the second half under.
Thinks out loud. Yeah, I'd feel really bad about paying 30 cents to have the 27.5.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. What does this total land?
73.
Okay.
What's the live right now? Live is.
I'm trying to pull it up, but my computer's crashing, so I can't tell you.
Keep on falling. Oh, push them back, way back. Live total 68.5.
Okay.
The hook from the joke. And yes.
What joke? I don't know the joke.
Kyle made it.
Oh. Kyle does have to have the jokes available.
1st and 20. If they're gonna, they are really calling holding this year. They're calling everything. And before we go to taunting,
I'm not interested in these holding calls or these taunting calls. Get them the fuck out of the game. Like honestly, the game is better without it.
Not in my NFL. Get out of here.
I hate it. Live total tick down to 66.5. So if you wanted that under, you snooze, you lose.
What are we?
2nd and
Why is Latavius
24.
Murray playing?
Latavius Murray. What? The world wonders, Foos. The world wonders.
At the
Why
beginning of the
is
year, if we'd have
Latavius
said
Murray
like
playing?
Latavius Murray
Oops.
and well, even like, oh man, of course they're getting like
The rail
19 yards
tackle
on
for
second
loss on
down.
a run. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. John Morrow was extremely happy that they're taunting so aggressively. Not in my league. God, that guy. All right, 3rd and 5 actually here. Mark
In the
Andrews.
grass. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the in the grasp on Mr. Herbert, that felt rough too. Like, did they call that on Big Ben? I think Big Ben, you literally, you can't call
He's
the
in the
play dead
grass
until he's
anytime you put a
down.
hand on him. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, actually, to be fair, they lost, but Big Ben had a really nice play where he snuck out of a sack and kind of just rumbled and stumbled forward and made a pass. Touchdown.
Ravens touchdown.
Should just taken this over.
Yep. Hollywood Brown, 42 yards. Well,
At least we'll have a fun game. And our team total is certainly getting there. There's 9.5 minutes left.
Wow. I'm glad
Plus
we didn't play
another
the
quarter.
under, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, he was
all right,
open.
man. Well, let's put a bow on this halftime show. Jeez, man. Did you see that? Did you see the touchdown?
Yeah, he was open. I'd have covered him.
What's going on there? What's
And
going on with this Chiefs
again,
D?
To our credit, they went for 2 and they got it.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They kicked it.
No. Not sure about
It's too
that.
early.
Not
It's
sure
way too
about
early.
that.
I think it's probably way too early for that.
Andy,
If you're down 5 late,
don't say stuff like that.
what?
Don't steer people the wrong way.
What? I was just trying to steer you the wrong way.
No. The it's too early thing. That's the whole point. If you're eventually gonna have to, you want.
I'm not saying it's too early for me. I'm saying for coaches. Like a coach is just, there's very few people who would go for it this early from an NFL coaching standpoint. Like they're programmed to not. Even the good ones, like
okay.
Like,
If your commentary was we can't expect the coach to do the smart thing, I agree. But I hold the Ravens in higher regard than that. And you want information as soon as fucking possible.
You do.
And they should have gone for 2. And I'm actually kind of shocked they didn't.
That's why that would have been nice if they'd have gone for it and not got it. We got that in our back pocket too.
That would have been nice. Well, that was my whole point. It's the worst case scenario. This comes down to them missing a 2-point conversion, but
that's true.
We'll see about that, I guess. Yeah, no, I think. All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
Let's call it a week. We'll see you tomorrow. Real good game tomorrow. Real good game Thursday. Pretty excited about those. We'll be doing this whole thing Wednesday. By Wednesday, we'll always have a lot more clarity in these games. We'll know a lot more about Wentz. We'll know more about Tua.
This week is especially tough because there were so many big time injuries.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot more clarity by Wednesday. We'll have a lot more things will come into focus.
Yeah. All right, man.
You guys.
Best of luck, Chiefs. Please don't fuck us. We'll see you tomorrow night.